At the far end of our yard stood an old cherry tree. It was neither the tallest nor the most beautiful, but to a few children's hearts, it was an entire world. Upon its branches a fortress grew, not from expensive boards, but from pieces of an old bed that had been given a new life. Its sides became walls, and its slats became ladders that led straight up to the clouds. Pavle was the first among the gang. With him came the boys from the street, 11-year-old heroes with pockets full of nails, hands full of ideas, and hearts larger than the whole world. Up there among the branches, there were no phones and no time, only laughter, the whisper of the wind, and endless games. They fought battles against invisible dragons, kept their secrets, and believed that their fortress would never fall. The cherry tree carried them silently. It never complained. When children's footsteps shook its branches like a kind grandmother, it spread out its arms and guarded their dreams. But time passes no one by. One spring, the leaves no longer turned green. The branches remained quiet, and the trunk grew weary, like an old man who knows he has given all he could. Yesterday, the workmen came. The first sound of the saw cut through the silence of the yard. Every cut seemed to sever one summer, one child's laugh, one memory. The boys stood silent. They did not know what to say. They only watched their fortress, which for years had touched the sky, slowly began to descend. Within a few moments, it fell from the branches into the dust of life. In that cloud of sawdust, it was not only one dry tree that fell. A small world fell. A childhood fell. But there are things no saw can ever cut down. It cannot cut down the laughter that remained among the branches. It cannot carry away the prints of small hands on the old boards. It cannot erase the look in the boys' eyes when they believed that that summer they had conquered the sky. For the true fortress was never made of wood. It was built of friendship, imagination, courage, and carefree days that grow up far too quickly. And the old cherry tree, it did not disappear. It moved into every memory, every smile, every story that Pavle will one day tell his children. And perhaps one spring, where today the stump stands silent, a new shoot will rise from the earth. Perhaps a child's hand will once again drive in the first nail. Perhaps a little fortress will rise again. Perhaps a little fortress will rise again. for trees depart. But childhood, if it was filled with love, laughter and friendship, it never dies. For trees depart. But childhood, if it was filled with love, laughter and friendship, it never dies.